What is molecular formula? Molecular formula is actually the total number of atoms that is present in each molecules of any substance. So there are two steps to find the molecular formula. Number one step is N is equals to the weight of compound will be divided by empirical formula's weight. And the second step is the number of moles will be divided by empirical formula. N is the mole. Number of mole will be denoted by N. So over here we guys are having a question. It's a compound of carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen that contains percentage as carbon is having this 66.7%. Over here we guys are hydrogen is having 7.41% and nitrogen is containing 25.9%. So the molecular weight of compound was formed 108. It is the molecular mass or the molecular weight of the compound. So we guys have to find the molecular formula over here. So let's implement the step number 1. Step number 1 is the weight of compound should be divided by empirical formula's weight. So the weight of compound, first of all we guys have to find the empirical formula of these elements. So as over here we guys are having the percentage of this one, so we guys will continue from finding the mole ratio of the element, because we have to find the empirical formula first of all. So as I told you in the previous video, that to finding the mole ratio, the formula is the percentage would be divided by the atomic mass. The percentage of of the carbon is 66.7 and the atomic mass of carbon is 12. So the answer would be 5.5. It is a mole ratio of the carbon. And hydrogen, it's 7.41 divided by 1. So the answer would be 7.41. And nitrogen, 2.49 divided by 14. 14 is the atomic mass of the nitrogen. So the answer would be 1.85. As we guys have find the mole ratio of each element, so the next step that we have to do for finding the empirical formula is to find the atomic ratio. So the atomic ratio, the least mole ratio that we guys got was 1.85. So each value would be divided by 1.85. The mole ratio of carbon is 5.55 and it would be divided by 1.85. So the answer would be 3. Hydrogen, 7.41 divided by 1.85. Answer would be 4. And the nitrogen is 1.85 divided by 1.85. It would be divided and the answer is 1. So the empirical formula that we guys got is C3H4 or N. So let's find the molecular formula. We guys will implement the step number 1, that is to find the number of moles by the formula of the weight of compound should be divided by the empirical formula's weight. So the weight of compound that we guys are having in the question is 108, would be divided by empirical formula's weight. So how would we find the weight of the empirical formula? So let me tell you. it is same as we guys are finding the molecular mass. The empirical formula that we got is C3H4 and N. So over here we guys are having 3 atoms of carbon. So the atoms of carbon will be divided by the atomic mass of the carbon. Over here hydrogen atom, we guys are having 4, and the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. And nitrogen, over here we guys are having only 1 atom of nitrogen. So 1 would be divided by the atomic mass, and the 14 is the atomic mass of the carbon. So 12 3s are 3 to the 6, 3 1s are 3, 36, 4 1s are 4, and 14 1s are 14. So we guys will add all of these values. So the answer that we guys got is 54. So 54 is the empirical formula's weight. So when we guys will divide these two values, so the answer that we guys got is 2. 2 is the number of moles. So let's move towards the next step. The next step is to find the molecular formula, is that multiply the number of moles with empirical formula. Number of moles that we got is 2, and the empirical formula is C3H4 and N. 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, and 2 1s are 2. So this is the molecular formula of CHN.